Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about my GPS unit and the backup camera, the Garmin BC30 backup camera option that goes with it. This is a 2013 F-150 that I have here, and this is an XLT model, so it has quite a few features on it. It's got the 302A package, which gives me some pretty neat things like the rear sliding window and the auto dimming mirrors and that kind of thing. But one of the things I did not get is a backup camera on this particular truck, and I've had that feature on previous trucks that I've owned, and I really got attached to it. It's really nice not only for safety but also for hooking up the trailer by yourself, because you can get the ball right under the hitch the very first try, no problems. I also don't have navigation, which is a pretty cool feature as well. So what I thought I would do is I would try out one of these Garmin units, because as everybody knows, there's a BC30 backup camera that you can add to these, so that you get not only the navigation feature, but you also get the backup camera. So this is the model 57. It's a Nuvi 57. I picked it up for 89 bucks off of Amazon, and I got the backup camera option separately on sale for $119 Black Friday. It normally sells for a little bit more than that, but I've got somewhere around $200 invested in the navigation and the backup camera combined. So I just wanted to show you this real quick for those of you who haven't actually seen it in operation. So when you first turn the thing on, you can go to search or you can go to view the map. So right now we're viewing the map, and it's kind of hard to see because my steering wheel is not in the correct position right now to really get a good shot. But I'm going to select reverse with the shifter, and you can see how it automatically, let me zoom in a little bit here, it automatically switches to the backup camera view when you select reverse. Now there's a little bit of a delay. I just put it into park and it goes back, put it in reverse. You can see there's a little bit of a delay, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. The only complaint that I have with it so far is that the resolution on the monitor, the GPS monitor, is not that great. Okay, so you're not going to get razor sharp images on here like you would on a factory system. In fact, if I zoom in here just a little bit, you can see the gravel in the driveway that I'm parked in. You can sort of make out the street behind me, which is actually only about 20 feet behind me, but the camera is really fish-eyed. I mean, all these backup cameras have that wide fish-eye view, but this one seems to be really extreme with its view, and that kind of distorts the image a little bit, in my opinion. So it's better than nothing, I guess. It'll help me to hook up the trailer and make sure there's no kids behind me or anything, but as far as actually helping you to park in between the lines, it's kind of iffy. I guess you could set the lines on there if you wanted to and play with it a little bit and get used to it, and it wouldn't be too bad. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. One thing I'll note is that if you're going to use the 12-volt power outlet, you have to use the one that comes with the BC30 camera, because it's got this little, it's hard to see, this piece here is the receiver that communicates with the transmitter that they send you with the camera. So you have to use this actual 12-volt plug to make this whole thing work. And I just wanted to point that out, because I was thinking about hardwiring this system in so that I didn't have this outlet used up. It would just be set up to where it would come on with a switch. As soon as I turn the ignition on, the GPS would come on. So you have to keep that in mind, because you can't just use any wire. You have to use the one that has the receiver built into it to communicate with the transmitter. So that's kind of held me up a little bit. I'm sure there's a way around it that I'll figure out, but I just wanted to point that out. So I'm going to do another quick little video here to attach to this one about the installation, kind of give you an idea of what's involved in installing the BC30 camera on an F-150 pickup, which also will apply to a lot of other pickup trucks as well. Okay? So as far as installation goes, I'm not going to take the tail light housing back out again, but basically what I did to install my system is that I took the tail light housing out, so I could get to the reverse bulb wiring, because what you want to do is you want to connect the transmitter from the BC30 kit to something that's going to be triggered only when you're in reverse. That way it automatically turns on the image on the screen when you're in reverse and then shuts it back off when you're in park. The easiest way to do that, obviously, is to tap into your reverse light. So I went in there and I tapped into that with a length of wire that I bought from the auto parts store. I bought a 20 or 30 foot length of wire, and I just connected it in here to this bulb with a quick splice connector. And then from there, I ran the wire underneath the bumper and along the frame. There we go, camera finally focused. And I even put it in some really nice wire loom material there to kind of protect the wire from chafing and give it a little bit of protection from the road grime and everything, okay? Also, while we're back here, the BC30 camera itself just attaches here onto the license plate. You just clip it onto the plate, run that bolt in to hold it firmly in place. Can't really see it, there it is. The wire then goes over the top of the bumper back there. And what I did was I ran that wire, the video wire from the camera, into the same wire loom as the power wire for the transmitter. So both of the wires run together back there, and then through this wire loom along the frame. And then once I got to the cab, I found a nice little hole in the bottom of the cab under the carpet, made a small incision in there, ran both of the wires up into the cab and then underneath the carpet. And then from there, I brought both of the wires up here to the fuse box. Now obviously, depending on the brand of pickup truck that you've got, your fuse box is going to be in a different spot, but on my 2013 F-150, the fuse panel is here on the passenger side, front, up under the dash. So I ran both of the wires here, mounted my transmitter in there. That way the transmitter's out of the weather. I don't ever have to worry about it being in the weather. It's also close enough to the GPS unit up there on the dash that it can send a good signal. I noticed in the owner's manual that it said that the closer you get the transmitter to the receiver, the better your image and performance is going to be. So I was kind of worried about putting the transmitter back there in the back of the truck because I didn't want to have issues with it getting the signal up here. It may be okay, but at least this way everything is out of the way, out of the weather I mean, and it's all also easily accessible here under the dash. So both of those wires come here, they meet up with the transmitter, which you can see pictures of what the transmitter looks like on Garmin's website, and then obviously that just communicates wirelessly to the GPS on the dash. I apologize for the shaky video. It's kind of chilly out here today. Then I just bought one of these friction mounts. It's got weights. I don't know if it's sand or what's actually in there, but it's got those 4 points around it that are heavy. And on this particular truck, I've got this nice little bin here that it sets down in, so it gives it even more protection from sliding around. So I can just take this GPS unit out of the truck anytime I want to and unplug it. It's not a big deal. If I want to throw it into the car, or if I'm riding with someone else, I can at least use the GPS function. But that's basically how I did it as far as mounting the camera, hooking up the wire for the signal to the reverse light. Then it's just a matter of running the 2 wires up here to the fuse box under the dash, and then they transmit wirelessly over there to the GPS. So it all works pretty good. Like I showed you earlier in the video, it's got a little bit of a lag, but it's not too bad. And it's a whole lot better than what I had before, which is nothing. So all in all, I'm pretty happy for 200 bucks, and hopefully it'll last me for a long time and serve me well. So that's how that works, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.